Have you ever wondered what separates those who wield power effortlessly from those who struggle to maintain influence? What if I told you there are timeless laws, derived from historical lessons, that reveal the secrets to mastering power? Welcome, seekers of wisdom and students of strategy. Today, we explore the profound laws of power as elucidated by Robert Greene in his seminal work, The 48 Laws of Power. Rooted in historical insights and distilled through centuries of human experience, Greene's laws align remarkably well with Stoic wisdom. They offer timeless principles that illuminate the dynamics of influence and authority, guiding us through the complexities of human behavior and leadership. Join us on this journey as we uncover these profound truths, integrating Stoic philosophy with practical strategies for navigating the challenges of life and leadership with clarity and purpose. Law number 1, never outshine the master. In the grand tapestry of history, there are those who rose too high, too fast, and paid the ultimate price. Nicolas Fouquet, the ambitious minister of finance under Louis XIV, dared to shine brighter than the Sun King himself. His brilliance cost him dearly, as he spent the rest of his days in the cold confines of a prison cell. The lesson is timeless: avoid overshadowing those above you. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus would remind us, keep your will in line with events. Humility in the face of power is not cowardice, but wisdom. Law number 2, never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Friendship is a delicate dance of trust and loyalty, yet history tells us that it is often those closest to us who can betray us most deeply. Michael III of the Byzantine Empire learned this the hard way. Saved from death by Basilius, he showered his savior with gifts and power, only to be murdered by him. In the words of Seneca, a wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. Trust cautiously, and remember that a former foe can become a stronger ally than a complacent friend. Law number 3, conceal your intentions. In the realm of love and ambition, revealing too much can be your undoing. Narcissus Savinien sought to win the heart of a young countess, but his overt declarations of love made her lose interest. He lacked the subtlety of a Stoic. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Keep your intentions guarded. Add a touch of mystery, and let your actions speak volumes." Law number 4, always say less than necessary. In a world overflowing with noise, true power often lies in silence. The Stoics valued measured words and thoughtful speech. As Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we say. Speak only what is necessary, and your words will carry greater weight." Law number 5, guard your reputation with your life. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. During World War II, Erwin Rommel was feared and respected not just for his military prowess, but for the legend he built around his name. To the opposition, he was an almost mythical figure. As mentioned in Law 3, Marcus Aurelius advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Cultivate your reputation diligently, for it can either precede you or be your downfall." Law number 6, court attention at all costs. In a world where being forgotten is akin to death, one must always strive to stand out. Pablo Picasso, the iconic artist, understood this well. He would rather create something controversial than fade into obscurity. As Seneca noted, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Seek attention, make your mark, and never be just one among many. Law number 7, get others to do the work for you. True genius lies in leveraging the strengths of others. Thomas Edison, more a shrewd businessman than a scientist, reaped the benefits of Nikola Tesla's brilliance. Similarly, a Stoic knows the value of cooperation and delegation. As Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly. Recognize talent in others and use it to achieve what you cannot alone." Law number 8, make others come to you. Use bait if necessary. In the art of strategy, patience and positioning are paramount. Otto von Bismarck once said, "When I have laid bait for zeal, I don't shoot at the first doe that comes to sniff, but wait until the whole herd has gathered round." This echoes the Stoic principle of strategic patience. Control the game by making others come to you, and always be prepared to seize the moment. Law number 9, win through your actions, not through arguments. In the realm of power, actions speak louder than words. Consider Mucianist, a determined leader navigating a critical campaign. His engineer advocated for a different approach, superior for conquest. Yet, the engineer's outspokenness led to his downfall. Despite being right, he faced dire consequences. This scenario echoes the wisdom of Epictetus. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Avoid futile debates with those in power. Instead of arguing, Demonstrate your ideas through decisive actions that speak for themselves. Law number 10, infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. The story of Lola Montez is a cautionary tale of the destructive power of toxic relationships. Montez seduced the king of Bavaria, leading to the downfall of his entire kingdom. Her insatiable lust for chaos brought ruin to countless lives. Seneca warned, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Cut off those who spread misery and misfortune, for their fate can easily become your own. Instead of trying to save those who sow destruction, protect yourself and stay clear of their fire. Law number 11, learn to keep people dependent on you. Otto von Bismarck, the Iron Chancellor, knew the power of indispensability. He was the key figure in uniting Prussia, a task no one else could accomplish. By making himself essential, he secured his powerful position. Epictetus said, "He who is not a slave to himself is free." Ensure that you are the only one capable of doing what you do best. Make yourself indispensable, or risk being replaced when your value diminishes. Law number 12, use selective honesty to disarm your victim. Count Victor Lustig was a master of manipulation and trust. When he took $50,000 from Al Capone with the promise of doubling it, he did something unexpected. He returned it all. Capone, expecting a con, was disarmed by this gesture of honesty and rewarded Lustig with $5,000. As Seneca advised, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. Sometimes, honesty when deceit is expected can catch your opponent off guard and win their trust. Use selective honesty to create an aura of integrity and throw your rivals off balance. Law number 13, appeal to people's self-interest. In 433 B.C., Athens found itself courted by both the Corcyraeans and the Corinthians, who were preparing for war. The Corinthians appealed to a sense of debt and obligation, while the Corcyraeans focused on mutual benefit, emphasizing a powerful alliance against Sparta. Athens, guided by pragmatic self-interest, chose to ally with the Corcyraeans. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not think of what you do not have. Think of what you can do with what there is." In any negotiation, appeal to self-interest and propose win-win scenarios. The past and emotional debts matter less than the tangible benefits you can offer. Law number 9, win through your actions, not through arguments. In the realm of high stakes, actions resonate louder than words. Consider the tale of Mucianist, a resolute leader requiring bold maneuvers for his campaign. When his engineer advocated a superior strategy for conquest, his outspokenness proved his undoing. He faced a swift sentence of death. This saga underscores the wisdom: avoid fruitless debates with those in power. Instead, acquiesce outwardly, subtly propose an alternative, and then demonstrate your point through unequivocal action. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Law number 10, infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. The story of Lola Montez is a cautionary tale of the destructive power of toxic relationships. Montez seduced the king of Bavaria, leading to the downfall of his entire kingdom. Her insatiable lust for chaos brought ruin to countless lives. Seneca warned, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Cut off those who spread misery and misfortune, for their fate can easily become your own. Instead of trying to save those who sow destruction, protect yourself and stay clear of their fire. Law number 11, learn to keep people dependent on you. Otto von Bismarck, the Iron Chancellor, knew the power of indispensability. He was the key figure in uniting Prussia, a task no one else could accomplish. By making himself essential, he secured his powerful position. Epictetus said, "He who is not a slave to himself is free." Ensure that you are the only one capable of doing what you do best. Make yourself indispensable, or risk being replaced when your value diminishes. Law number 12, use selective honesty to disarm your victim. Count Victor Lustig was a master of manipulation and trust. When he took $50,000 from Al Capone with the promise of doubling it, he did something unexpected. He returned it all. Capone, expecting a con, was disarmed by this gesture of honesty and rewarded Lustig with $5,000. As Seneca advised, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. Sometimes, honesty when deceit is expected can catch your opponent off guard and win their trust. Use selective honesty to create an aura of integrity and throw your rivals off balance. Law number 13, appeal to people's self-interest. In 433 B.C., Athens found itself courted by both the Corcyraeans and the Corinthians, who were preparing for war. The Corinthians appealed to a sense of debt and obligation, while the Corcyraeans focused on mutual benefit, emphasizing a powerful alliance against Sparta. Athens, guided by pragmatic self-interest, chose to ally with the Corcyraeans. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, Do not think of what you do not have. Think of what you can do with what there is. In any negotiation, appeal to self-interest and propose win-win scenarios. The past and emotional debts matter less than the tangible benefits you can offer. Law number 14. Pose as a friend. Work as a spy. Charles Maurice de Talleyrand-Périgord, the French diplomat who orchestrated the fall of Napoleon Bonaparte, mastered the art of subtlety. He held back in conversations, allowing others to reveal their innermost thoughts and strategies. His interrogations were cloaked as friendly chats, so discreet that his victims didn't realize they were exposing themselves. In the spirit of Zeno of Citium, learn to judge a person's character by what they divulge. Test their honesty before considering trust. Become a listener, not a speaker, and uncover the true intentions of those around you. Law number 15. Crush your enemy totally. Spanish statesman Ramon Maria Narvaez, on his deathbed, was asked by a priest if he forgave his enemies. His chilling reply, "I do not have to forgive my enemies. I have had them all shot." This law speaks to the harsh reality of absolute power when diplomacy fails and an enemy becomes irreconcilable. Total destruction may be the only path to ensure they do not rise again. As Seneca noted, a sword never kills anybody. It is a tool in the killer's hand. Show no mercy to a defeated enemy, or they will show none to you. Law number 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. A man once asked a dervish, "Why do I not see you more often?" The dervish replied, "Because the words, 'Why have you not been to see me?' are sweeter to my ears than the words, 'Why have you come again?'" This wisdom, echoed in Idris Shah's Caravan of Dreams, teaches the power of scarcity. Seneca advised, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." By making yourself scarce, you increase your value. Let others miss your presence. When you return, you will be cherished all the more. Law number 17. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Pablo Picasso, once a renowned artist, thrived on unpredictability. When he abruptly ended his relationship with art dealer Paul Rosenberg, it left Rosenberg bewildered and desperate to offer better terms. The unknown is terrifying. When others can't anticipate your moves, they can't strategize against you. Channeling the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, remember, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Use unpredictability as a tool to keep others off balance, ensuring you always hold the upper hand in negotiations. Law number 18. Isolation is dangerous. Isolation breeds vulnerability. The more you isolate yourself, the easier it becomes for others to deceive you. You lose touch with reality, much like a ship lost at sea. When someone urges you to sever ties with friends and family, see through their intent to control and influence you. Seneca taught, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Stay connected with those who ground you in reality. Isolation may offer temporary solace, but prolonged solitude can lead to psychological harm and manipulation. Law number 19. Do not offend the wrong person. Muhammad, the Shah of Khwarazm, and Inalchik learned this lesson the hard way when they beheaded Genghis Khan's messengers. This act of arrogance led to the Khan's brutal retaliation, the destruction of their empire, and a chilling execution for Inalchik. Reflecting on this, remember the words of Epictetus, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Avoid needless offense. You never know the true power of those you insult. In our age of hypersensitivity and political correctness, the stakes are high. Respect and caution can save you from unforeseen wrath. Law number 20. Do not commit to anyone. Alcibiades, the cunning Greek soldier and statesman, mastered the art of non-commitment. Courted by Athenians, Spartans, and Persians alike, he leveraged his influence to play each side to his advantage. By not committing to one, he maintained control and freedom. As Zeno of Citium would advise, man conquers the world by conquering himself. Committing to no one ensures you retain your autonomy and can maneuver strategically. Avoid entangling yourself in obligations that strip you of your liberty and power. Law number 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Socrates once declared, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." Did he believe he was truly ignorant? Of course not. This was his tactic to disarm and outwit his opponents. By feigning ignorance, he lowered their guard and drew out their true intentions. Being openly intelligent can be a folly, but embracing the guise of a fool is a masterstroke of strategy. As Seneca observed, the wise man learns more from fools than fools from the wise. Embrace this paradox and let others reveal their hand while you maintain your strategic edge. Law number 22. Surrender tactics transform weakness into power. The Melians refused to surrender to the Athenians, despite their weak position and the Spartans' failure to assist. Their defiance led to their downfall. Melos was conquered, its people slain or enslaved. Cardinal Garrett once noted, "Weak people never give way when they ought to, recognize when to retreat and regroup." Surrendering in the face of overwhelming odds is not defeat but a strategic withdrawal. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Live to fight another day, and turn today's weakness into tomorrow's strength. Law number 23, concentrate your forces. An empire spread too thin becomes vulnerable, as Rome discovered when it fell to barbarian invasions. Your strength lies in focused effort. As Zeno of Citium would advise, concentrate your resources and energy on mastering a single front. Divided attention dilutes your power, but concentrated effort fortifies it. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Aristotle noted, by channeling all your resources into one purpose, you become a formidable force, unassailable and resolute. Law number 24, play the perfect courtier. Charles-Henri de Talleyrand-Périgord exemplified the art of courtiership, orchestrating Napoleon's downfall from the shadows. Whether you realize it or not, you are a courtier in the grand game of power. Master this role by blending obedience with subtle influence. The perfect courtier, like Talleyrand, appears trustworthy and charming, speaks wisely and sparingly, and never threatens but always allies. He who is everywhere is nowhere. Seneca said, "Stay in the shadows, observe the game, and influence it quietly." Your true power lies in subtlety and strategic positioning. Law number 25, recreate yourself. Others will label you based on their perceptions, but you hold the power to redefine yourself, like Gaius Julius Caesar, who reshaped his destiny through sheer will and performance. You too can reinvent your identity. Life is your stage, and you are the protagonist. Write your own story, embody the roles you choose, and transform whenever necessary. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Embrace the freedom to evolve, and let no one dictate your character or path. Law number 26, keep your hands clean. Niccolò Machiavelli's The Prince teaches the art of using proxies to maintain a clean image. Cesare Borgia employed Ramiro di Orco to execute his brutal orders, only to later blame and eliminate him, presenting himself as a benevolent leader. Avoid becoming someone's pawn or scapegoat. Keep your hands clean by delegating the dirty work and maintaining plausible deniability. As Marcus Aurelius advised, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Stay above the fray, preserving your honor while others do the necessary evils. Law number 27, play on people's need to believe. Friedrich Nietzsche observed, there are two different types of people in the world, those who want to know and those who want to believe. In a chaotic world, many seek comfort in belief over reason. This need can be exploited for power, whether through religion, ideology, or brand loyalty. Christopher Hitchens warned, beware the irrational, however seductive. Understand this human craving and use it wisely, but never fall prey to it yourself. Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Lead with reason and integrity, allowing others to believe in you and your vision. Law number 28, enter action with boldness. Consider the audacity of Monsieur Lustig, the con artist who sold the Eiffel Tower twice. His confidence was his weapon. Hesitation is the enemy of success. Like Mike Tyson in the ring, it's that split second of doubt in his opponent's eyes that tells him he's already won. Fearlessness is born of courage. In the words of Seneca, fortune favors the bold. When you act, do so with unwavering confidence and determination. Law number 29, plan all the way to the end. The gods on Mount Olympus laugh at our short-sightedness. They see the tragic ends of our grand dreams long before we do. To avoid their scorn, plan meticulously, calculate risks and anticipate changes. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, time is a river of passing events, and strong is its current. Adapt your plans as the currents shift, but always have the end game in sight. Law number 30, make your accomplishments seem effortless. Harry Houdini's magic seemed effortless, a natural extension of his being. This illusion is crucial. Reveal the hard work behind your success, and the magic fades. As Epictetus taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Let your efforts be hidden. Let your results speak for themselves. Law number 31, get others to play with the cards you deal. Even Ivan the Terrible manipulated his people into begging for his return. By presenting them with a dire choice, he made them think they had a say. This is the illusion of choice. Give people options, but ensure all paths lead to your desired outcome. This is a strategy echoed in Stoic thought. Control what you can, influence what you cannot. Law number 32, play on people's need to believe. Brigadino the alchemist thrived on people's fantasies, turning their hopes into his gold. People crave belief, often over reality. Epictetus said, "Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them." Understand this, and you can guide their perceptions, but beware of becoming ensnared in your own deceptions. Law number 33, discover each man's thumbscrew. Cardinal Richelieu exploited the weaknesses of those around him to rise to power. Know your enemy's vulnerabilities, and you control them. Conversely, guard your own weaknesses. As Seneca advised, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Use your knowledge of others' weaknesses to navigate and dominate your interactions. Law number 34, be royal in your own fashion, act like a king. Christopher Columbus elevated his status through sheer audacity and self-belief. By acting like a king, he was treated like one. If you do not believe you deserve greatness, no one else will, said Marcus Aurelius. Embrace your inherent worth and project it. What you tolerate is what you will live with. Expect more and you will receive more. Law number 35, master the art of timing. Joseph Fouché survived and thrived by mastering the art of timing, switching allegiances with precision. Timing is everything. Strike too soon and you are a traitor. Too late and you are irrelevant. As Zeno of Citium taught, well-being is realized by small steps, but is truly no small thing. Know when to act and when to wait. Use time as your ally. Law number 36, disdain things you cannot have. King Henry VIII ignored Catherine of Aragon when she could not give him a son. What we disdain, we cannot be influenced by. Marcus Aurelius advised, reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. Do not pine for what you cannot have. Move on and let it go. Law number 37, create compelling spectacles. The grandiosity of Dr. Weissenberg's patience cures captivated the masses. Spectacle can be a powerful tool. When reality is mundane, create an extraordinary illusion. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect, said Seneca. Stand out by creating a vision that others cannot ignore. Law number 38, think as you like, but behave like others. Pausanias' arrogance led to his downfall. In public, conform to expectations to avoid envy and hatred. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality, said Seneca. Fit in outwardly, but internally hold your own beliefs and values. This balance will protect you from unnecessary conflict and ensure your true self remains unassailable. Law number 39, stir up waters to catch fish. To catch fish, stir up the waters. This law advises creating distractions or false alarms to expose vulnerabilities in your adversaries. When emotions cloud judgment, people become predictable and vulnerable. Remain composed, unreactive, and avoid falling prey to others' manipulations. In the words of Machiavelli, men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never fail to find someone to deceive. Law number 40, despise the free lunch. Louis XIV exemplified the strategic use of generosity. By gifting valuable paintings to former adversaries, he gained their favor while increasing their operational costs. This clever maneuver shifted alliances in his favor and weakened his enemies simultaneously. Embrace opportunities to invest in relationships and strategic moves, even if they come at a cost, for the returns can far outweigh initial expenditures. Law number 41, avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Alexander the Great's reluctance to rest on his father's laurels illustrates this law. He refused to be content merely with his father Philip II's conquests and achievements. Instead, Alexander aimed to surpass them and carve out his own legacy in history. Seneca's advice resonates here. The greatest step forward in the ever-growing history of human will have to be, and has been great, not just a good idea to a proud parent. So Alexander pursued his own vision and didn't settle for merely following in someone else's footsteps. Strive not to be overshadowed by predecessors or role models. Forge your own path and achievements rather than living in the shadow of others. This way, you establish your own identity and leave a mark that is distinctly yours in the annals of history. Law 42, never appear too perfect. It takes great talent and skill to conceal one's talent and skill. La Rochefoucauld. In the game of power, many dynamics revolve around domination and submission, superiority and inferiority, ego, pride, envy, jealousy, and hatred. It's a vicious cycle that everyone wants to navigate to be at the top. But there's an alternative perspective, to avoid being a pawn or even the king. Instead, aspire to be the faceless individual behind the throne. Unseen on the chessboard yet instrumental in winning the game of power, regardless of which side emerges victorious. Law 47, in victory. Learn when to stop. Madame de Pompadour, despite her charm, talents, and impeccable sense of fashion, found herself unable to satisfy Louis XV's desires indefinitely. To maintain her privileged position as his mistress for an unprecedented 20 years, she gracefully arranged for younger, prettier women to also entertain the king. Knowing when to accept a compromise and not push too far allowed her to retain her influence and status. Sometimes, knowing when to take a loss and move on is crucial to preserving what you've gained. Law 48, assume formlessness. The Spartans, renowned for their military prowess, faltered in their clash with Athens due to their rigidity and resistance to change. Unlike Athens, which embraced constant reform, Sparta's refusal to adapt to new circumstances, build defenses, engage in trade, or expand its horizons led to its eventual decline and collapse. Embracing change and becoming anti-fragile, as Bruce Lee famously said, means being shapeless. Like water, adaptation and flexibility are essential to thriving in ever-changing environments. This video has almost come to an end. In the pursuit of power and influence, the laws articulated here draw from history's complex tapestry of human ambition and frailty. From understanding human nature to strategic maneuvering, each law underscores timeless principles of leadership and self-mastery. These laws of power distill timeless wisdom from history's intricate tapestry of ambition and human dynamics. They emphasize self-awareness, strategic maneuvering, and the art of influence. From understanding human nature and leveraging relationships to navigating conflicts and seizing opportunities, each law offers insights into effective leadership and personal mastery. Ultimately, they advocate for balance, adaptability, and a clear-eyed approach to power dynamics, guiding one towards resilience, influence, and lasting impact. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more content.